pressure is mounting, and time is running out for Liam Lawson. The New Zealand driver is now facing serious uncertainty about his future, as rumors swirl that he could be replaced as soon as the upcoming Japanese Grand Prix. The Austrian team has confirmed that internal discussions are taking place, and a decision could be made in the coming days. If this happens, Lawson's stint with Red Bull might go down as one of the shortest in the team's history. This situation raises a big question. Will Yuki Tsunoda finally get his shot at a Red Bull seat? And if he does, what does he need to do to secure a long-term position? Lawson's future has become one of the hottest topics in the paddock, but it may not stay in the headlines for long. Reports suggest that the team is holding urgent meetings in Milton Keynes to evaluate the performance gap between their drivers. The priority is clear: find a way to maximize points, while also securing a competitive driver lineup for the rest of the season. Helmut Marko has weighed in on the matter, making it clear that discussions are happening behind closed doors. He stated that this week's meeting will focus on how to close the gap, and while there is concern within the team, they aren't giving up just yet. However, the pressure on Lawson is undeniable. Liam Lawson's struggles have been a major disappointment for Red Bull. While nobody expected him to challenge Max Verstappen for the top spot, there was hope that he would at least be competitive. Instead, his performances have fallen well short of expectations. Comparisons to Sergio Perez are now being drawn, and some believe Lawson may be an even weaker link in the team's lineup. Unfortunately for him, time is not on his side. Lawson himself admitted that time is his biggest enemy in proving his worth to Red Bull. He knows the team won't wait forever, and Helmut Marko's recent comments only reinforce that reality. Marko acknowledged that the possibility of a driver swap is being seriously considered. The team feels they have already seen enough from Lawson's 2 races, including a sprint event where Yuki Tsunoda managed to score crucial points for Racing Bulls. If not for a poor strategy call from his team, Tsunoda could have secured a top 10 finish, further highlighting the gap between him and Lawson. Adding to the pressure, Christian Horner was put on the spot in an interview with Sky F1's Ted Kravitz. When asked if Lawson was truly the right replacement for Perez, Horner's response was telling. Instead of offering strong support for Lawson, he remained non-committal, saying the team would assess the situation and do what's necessary. In Formula One, there is no hiding from performance, and right now, Lawson is struggling to prove he belongs. Red Bull initially saw Liam Lawson as a promising talent with untapped potential, but reality is proving to be far less forgiving. While his selection seemed logical on paper, results on the track tell a different story. The team has always had Racing Bulls as a testing ground for future Red Bull drivers, and if Lawson can't deliver, Tsunoda may be the next in line to get his shot. Tsunoda has been known for his fiery temperament, often venting frustrations over the radio and making costly mistakes in the past. However, that version of him seems to be fading. He has shown significant growth, which hasn't gone unnoticed by Helmut Marko. The Red Bull advisor praised Tsunoda's transformation, highlighting how he has matured and improved his consistency. This, Marko suggests, makes a potential driver swap even more likely. Backing up this claim, Marko recently stated that Tsunoda is currently performing at his absolute best. He credited a change in management for Tsunoda's resurgence, saying that the Japanese driver has taken a massive step forward this season. This raises an important question. If Tsunoda is truly at the peak of his performance, is Red Bull ready to gamble on him instead of Lawson? Another factor working against Lawson is the nature of the RB21 itself. The car is proving to be a handful, even for Verstappen. While the Dutchman has managed to keep himself at the front of the pack, he has struggled more than usual. In the recent race, he finished behind both McLaren and Mercedes drivers, an unusual sight for a team that dominated just a year ago. For Lawson, things have been even worse. The RB21 demands precision, and he hasn't been able to extract the best out of it. Even Verstappen admitted that the car's handling is making things incredibly difficult. Comparing the Red Bull to the Racing Bull's car, he noted that Tsunoda and other Racing Bull's drivers seem to be much closer in performance to each other. In contrast, Lawson has been significantly off the pace, raising doubts about whether he can truly adapt to the demands of Red Bull's top-tier machinery. When a driver's own teammate starts suggesting they might perform better in a different car, it's never a good sign. Verstappen's remarks about Lawson struggling in the RB21, while Racing Bull's drivers look more comfortable in their setup, only add fuel to the fire. It hints at what the team may already be thinking. Lawson may not be the right fit, and a change could be coming sooner rather than later. Although Liam Lawson showed flashes of promise in 2023 and early 2024, most notably with his P9 finish in Singapore, it's clear that his performances haven't been strong enough to justify a permanent Red Bull seat. His bold statements about not being in Formula One to make friends but to win races are now working against him. Expectations were high, but so far he hasn't delivered. This raises a crucial question. Will Red Bull finally decide to pull the trigger and promote Yuki Tsunoda as early as the Japanese Grand Prix? When Tsunoda was directly asked about the possibility, he didn't hesitate. His response was confident and clear. He's always ready, even if the opportunity comes at the next race. However, his confidence may have revealed more than intended. As soon as he gave that answer, a Racing Bull's PR official quickly stepped in and pulled him away from the microphone. This suggests that the situation is far more sensitive than it appears. Red Bull likely doesn't want to discuss a potential driver swap publicly just yet, but behind closed doors, serious discussions are already underway. This secrecy is exactly why a critical meeting is set to take place at Red Bull's headquarters in Milton Keynes. The team is under immense pressure to make a decision, and Lawson's struggles have only intensified the urgency. The fact that a rookie Haas driver has already outperformed him, even scoring points in China, only adds to the embarrassment. Red Bull expects its drivers to be fighting at the front, not struggling to keep up with midfield competitors. One of the biggest concerns surrounding Lawson's position is whether his seat was given to him for sporting reasons or political ones. Tsunoda himself hinted at this in a recent interview. When asked about why Lawson was chosen over him, Tsunoda admitted he didn't get a clear answer. He mentioned that Christian Horner and other team officials claimed it wasn't based on performance, but rather on internal decisions. While he didn't press for details, his comments suggest that Red Bull's driver choices may not always be strictly merit-based. This only fuels speculation that Lawson's time at Red Bull could be running out faster than expected. If performance was not the main factor in his promotion, then it might not be enough to keep him there either. Red Bull has never been a team to hesitate when making driver changes, and if they believe Tsunoda is the better option, they won't wait long to act. Ultimately, the decision lies in Red Bull's hands. Tsunoda may be the stronger candidate at the moment, but stepping into a Red Bull seat comes with immense pressure. If he can't control the RB21 and extract the best from it, his promotion might be short-lived. Red Bull has already shown that they are willing to make quick driver swaps, so even if Tsunoda gets the call, his spot will be far from secure. On the other hand, if Lawson somehow manages to turn things around in the coming races, he might still have a fighting chance. However, time is not on his side. With each underwhelming performance, Red Bull's patience will wear thinner, and a switch could be made sooner rather than later. So, will we see Tsunoda take over Lawson's seat as early as the Japanese Grand Prix? And if so, will it be a move that helps Red Bull's championship fight, or will it create more instability within the team? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This is a crucial moment in Red Bull's season, and the next few races could shape their future lineup.